Hey guys, so I just wanted to give you a quick update. Today was my last day of work. The place I was working at, the way it was happening is it was starting as an internship. It was a paid internship um, through a disability organization that was a third party. But the lab I was working at didn't think it was working out. They wanted to have it where they could have somebody who they could just say, go measure out this much DNA, this much of this level of milk solution, and so just be able to give me really quick directions and very complex directions, and have me be able to memorize it and go do it. And that's just not my personality. Like, I'm somebody who I prefer to write things down. I prefer to have things in a notebook. And, all through college, it's really drilled into your head as a science major to read the protocol. You're supposed to read the directions and follow the directions in a lab as written. So I really found it quite a shocking change to go into a lab and have it where, they want to just say, okay, dot, 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 and go do this. And also, oh, well, just do all the math in your head. Don't write it down in a notebook. Whereas I'm so used to the exact opposite. So I'm just not really used to things being done that way. But they did say that my science skills are strong, my lab skills are strong. The scientist who was immediately above me said that he thinks I'm very smart. He thinks I definitely have the mind for science. It would just be better for me to be in more of an academic lab rather than private industry, because in an academic lab, the scientist doing the research can take a little more time, be a little more hands-on with you. So that, hopefully that'll work out. And I actually have contacted some scientists at a university nearby and said, would you be willing to meet with me? And one of them is talking with me. He's very interested in me. He's working with a technology that I'm very interested in. And I'm sorry to be vague. Like, I can't tell you what kind of research I was doing before, or what kind of research I'm planning on doing. Just because science is such a small world that the particular research being done at my lab that I was just at is being done by maybe one or two other labs out there, and that's it. So it's just for the sake of my own safety and, for my own academic career, and also for just the reason, being safe on the internet, that I'm trying not to reveal too much. But anyway, I'm hoping things will work out, and I think they will. I did pray, and I opened up my Bible, and I think you got to be careful. By the way, that's my dog behind the curtain. I did pray and ask God to show me something in the Bible, and I found 1 Kings chapter 17, and it says Elijah predicts drought. And basically, this is the prophet Elijah who calls out and says that there's not going to be any rain for the next 3 years until he calls out again for there to be rain again. So this is a prophet that God was definitely with. God gave a lot of power to him. However, you want to break that down theologically. And so this prophet called out and said, there's not going to be any rain. And during this drought, he ends up going to a widow, and she says, well, I don't have any food to give you. All I have is a little bit of flour. I'm going to make this little morsel of cake, and I'm going to feed it to myself and my son, and then we're going to die. And so it was definitely a desperate situation. But Elijah says, no, do this instead. He says, bring me a little piece of cake first, and then afterwards go and make some for your son and yourself. And he says, the flour and the oil will not run out until this drought is over. And this is 3 years out into the future, so this is a huge leap of faith for this woman. And I actually had something similar happen to me today. I went to a fast food restaurant, put in my order. It was for something small, and it really wasn't going to be enough. And there was another order there that nobody wanted to claim, and it was a lot of food. And I said, well, if they don't want it, I'll take it. And I was half joking. The manager turns to me and says, go for it. And so, with her permission, I did. So, God definitely provides for his people. I just had an amazing meal for dinner tonight, thinking there was going to be no food in the house. And so, I'm very thankful for God's provision. God is wonderful, and I'm glad he had me open up to this, because like when you're no longer working, you get very worried about how you're going to be provided for. Anyway, the phone battery is dying, so I'm going to get going. Check out my website, check out my other videos, and see some links in the description box. This is Greg, out.